Hello and good afternoon, everybody. It's Dr. Judy here. I am going live on YouTube and Facebook, and I'm going to go live on Instagram in a second. But I wanted to come on and share with you how fasting has literally changed my life and why I believe that everybody should fast, regardless of whether you have any health issues, regardless of what you are looking to achieve physically, mentally, and spiritually. There are so many benefits to fasting. And if you're not fasting, you truly are missing out on like a life hack. A life hack. So seriously. So let me get on Instagram and see if we can do these both together. I've got my phone on the side and I'm on my computer. At the beach. So I'm in a different location. As you can see, the background is different. So I hope that the sound is still good. We are with mobile operations today, the laptop and the webcam, not the usual. All right, so I got Instagram up. Hey, Instagram. Hey, Facebook. Hey, YouTube. Dr. Judy, I wanted to jump on and share with you how fasting has literally changed my life and why everybody should be fasting. So, what is fasting? So there's different types of fasting. So there's intermittent fasting, which is not eating for like a certain period of the day. So usually what people will do is after their last meal of the day, they will fast during the night. And instead of eating breakfast first thing in the morning, they will eat their first meal maybe around 12, 1, 2, or something like that. So that's what I do every day. I've been doing that for almost a year now. I do intermittent fasting every day, and I eat 2 meals a day, and some days I only eat 1 meal a day. So I'm doing the 16-8 intermittent fasting method. So that means that I fast for 16 hours in a 24-hour period, and my eating window is over an 8-hour period. So I usually eat my first meal around 12 or 1 o'clock, and my second meal is 5 hours later, around 5 or 6 o'clock. The second type of fasting that I wanted to share is water fasting. Now, people can do water fasting for two main reasons: physical reasons, it's an excellent detox, and then people also can do either water fasting for spiritual reasons. So, the Bible, when they talk about fasting, usually it's talking about dry fasting or water fasting, right? So, the biblical definition of fasting is basically turning down your plate or abstaining from all food. Jesus fasted for 40 days. I believe Moses fasted, and in the Bible, several times when the people, the Israelites, were seeking God's wisdom about something, they would fast. So, fasting is something that was heavily utilized in the Old and the New Testament. And another type of fasting that I wanted to share with you is the Daniel fast. The Daniel fast basically is eating a whole food, plant based diet. And most popular is to do it for 21 days. That has benefits as well. And as you know, I've been on a whole food plant based diet for many years. And I last year had a flare up of a condition that I have been dealing with since August 2021 when I first got infected with the COVID, and have had vague symptoms off and on: fatigue, brain fog, and different things like that. And so last fall, someone suggested that I do water fasting. And I had done water fasting before for 24 hours, for 48 hours for spiritual reasons. But this time I was trying it for physical reasons. I didn't really have much expectations as far as thinking that I could really heal. But I had basically exhausted medical options. I had seen so many doctors and was on medications. And to be honest, they were all minimally effective. That's a whole nother story. So, anyway, so this holistic minded doctor, and actually two of them, two people, suggested water fasting. So, anyway, so last fall I tried water fasting. Mind you, at that time I was so fatigued that most of my day I was sleeping, resting, and I basically, the symptoms were very similar to chronic fatigue syndrome. And it was so bad, and I was still trying to push myself and work, but it got to a point where I had to take a leave of absence. And although I didn't want to, it was very difficult, but it became uh, necessary. I didn't even have a choice about the situation. So here I was on this medical leave last fall, and I was like, listen, I need to heal. Okay, so I'm going to do everything and anything. So I tried this water fast, and I do it for 24 hours. And if you don't know much about chronic fatigue syndrome or long COVID, the medical community knows very little about it as well. So it's kind of like there's different therapies, people are trying different things. But anyway, so I was like, let me just try this water fasting, not really knowing what to expect. And at the same time, I started doing research on chronic fatigue syndrome, long COVID, and I came upon studies and information that showed a connection between a dysregulated nervous system, right? And so I knew that stress had played a role in it, and that was why taking time off work was really a key part of the healing. So at the same time that I was water fasting, I was doing that maybe once a week for 24 hours, not eating, and I was drinking just water. And then I started doing intermittent fasting every day. And I also started doing a lot of quiet time, Christian meditation, listening to soft music, prayer, Bible reading. And guys, I was like, I felt more energy. The brain fog started to lift. I felt, um, I just felt like the inflammation went down. And I was like, wait a minute, how am I just now discovering the power of water fasting? I had no idea that this was so transformative. And since I've noticed so much benefits, I told my mom about it, and she now does it. So my mom does intermittent fasting. She does water fasting once a week. And she's in her 70s. You know, I posted about my mom. And she also noticed that she has a lot more energy too. So now I'm like, okay, I gotta tell people about fasting. And this is the thing about fasting. We live in a society that is overindulgent on food. We really eat too much. Our ancestors, or what they call them, the hunter gatherer times when they hunted for food, they were not eating 3 meals a day. And especially, they were not eating 3 large meals a day as we eat now. So we really eat too much. So that's the first thing. And it's so beneficial to give your digestive system a rest. It really helps to reduce inflammation. Another benefit of fasting is there's an increase in brain derived neurotrophic factor, which helps to improve your memory and your cognitive function. There's also a process that really starts to take place once you fasted for like 24 to 72 hours, and it's called autophagy. And it basically is like cellular cleanup. It's kind of like the cleanup system of your cells to kind of get rid of cells that aren't functioning properly and that aren't doing their job. It's called autophagy. You can look more up about that, but when you fast, that stimulates autophagy. And I started digging more into fasting, and I found that there is a place in California that does prolonged water fasting. It's so fascinating to me. It's called True North Center with Dr. Alan Goldhammer. And do you know that they are fasting people over there for up to 40 days? 40 days, guys. People think that they can't survive if they miss 1 meal or 2 meals or even a day. And at True North, they're fasting people with morbid obesity, health problems, right? So they've got excess fat storage and they're able to fast up to 40 days. Of course, it's medically supervised, so you don't want to do that at home. If you're fasting for more than 48 hours, it should be under medical supervision. But I'm just saying that to say that we can go a lot longer than we think we can without food. We in this society really thinks that we need to be eating 3 times a day, and we really don't. And so, ever since last year, since I started fasting, I was able to heal from the chronic fatigue syndrome. And really, I only have problems when I fly, when I'm in an airplane, but otherwise, I'm fine. And the energy that I have is increased. I feel like mental clarity is increased. And I will never not fast. Like fasting will always be a part of my life. And even if you eat clean, even if you eat healthy, you still should be fasting. And some of the people that if you want to look into more who have been doing this with patients and doing research on this for years would be Dr. Alan Goldhammer. He's a chiropractor in California. And then there's also Dr. Jason Fung, who I think is kind of one of the pioneers in fasting. He's a physician and he talks a lot about fasting for weight loss. It's truly remarkable, guys. And so once I discovered the benefits of it and started looking into it more, I said, I've got to offer this for my people. So I've had 2 fasts recently that were a 3-day Daniel fast, right? Just to kind of introduce people to the concept. But next week, I'm going to be starting a 21-day program. It's called the P3 Fast Challenge, where you have the opportunity to fast with me, with our community over the 21 days. And it will be a 21 days of basically a Daniel fast eating. It's whole food plant-based. But then on top of that, I've introduced the concept of the water fasting, which is where you get the increased benefits spiritually and physically. Like it just takes the experience to the next level. Now, some of you have asked, how long do you have to fast for? So I've put in my mind like an 8-hour guide, 8 hours each day. And that really just means that you would skip a meal each day. So for example, you could eat breakfast maybe at 7, and then fast for 8 hours and then eat your second meal of the day. But that's just a guide. If fasting is new for you, you may choose to go slow and just do the water fasting being 2 days a week, something like that, and gradually increase over 21 days. That part is up to you, but it's a spiritual fast, and the benefits of it are going to be truly life changing. Another benefit that I noticed from fasting was um, increased spiritual discernment, increased mental clarity, increased ability to discern God's voice as far as His will for me, the direction that He wanted me to go. My purpose is so much clearer. And so I highly recommend if you're someone who is a believer and you are seeking God's guidance and wisdom for something. You're in a season of transition. Maybe you feel like you're supposed to leave your job, start a business. Maybe you're trying to have a baby, or you are trying to get to the next level financially in your career. And, or you're praying to God for something. You're praying to God for something and you feel like you have not really heard an answer. Fasting takes prayer to the next level. Fasting and prayer go hand in hand and they go together. And I believe that every human should be fasting, but if you're not a spiritual person, you can still fast for physical reasons, but I'm speaking with regards to Christians and believers. I don't even think it's optional in this day and age with what's happening in our world and in our individual lives. You really cannot afford to like not fast. You should fast, I think, at least once, twice a year, as the Holy Spirit leads, of course. But the benefits have been so life changing to me. I'm planning to fast at least once a month, like once a week, do a 24-hour fast, or at least maybe once a month. That's what I want to do. And then I really want to do a longer fast. So far I've done 48-hour fast, but I want to do 72 hours and then increase to 96 hours because it can be done. And what I've noticed with the longer fast is that you really realize that number one, you don't actually feel as hungry as you think you would. And the first time you do it, the first couple of days, you may feel hungry and maybe like, oh my goodness, I feel like I need to eat. But as you are fasting for the spiritual fast, you're increasing your time in prayer, Bible reading. And so you really realize that the only thing that you need for living is God. It's not food that really sustains us, it's God. And that's one key takeaway that occurs when you fast in this way. Your discipline will increase. I know there's people you may be struggling with food addictions. Maybe you're overweight and you've been trying to not eat junk food. Maybe you're trying to eat more plant-based. Fasting will help you to have more discipline with regards to the food that you eat. And it also increases your discipline in every other area of your life. It will make you more disciplined as far as sticking to healthy habits, exercise, at work, making deadlines, not procrastinating. It'll make you better in every single area of your life. I'm telling you. And then mentally, so the mental benefits of fasting are that I feel a sense of increased inner peace, less stress, no stress really, more resilience, more equipped to handle whatever challenges are thrown my way. And I've proven this time and time again because there are situations that arose that normally would irritate me or make me feel a little bit anxious or something like that. And I don't feel that stress, I don't feel irritation or anything. It's just like, okay, that's fine, whatever. So that is priceless, I would say. Feeling calm, even when things are completely upside down, like completely upside down. I'm talking about like complete uncertainty. And so it's truly powerful. So I just want to jump on in today and share about the benefits of fasting and invite you to my P3 Fast Challenge um, that starts next Thursday. Sign up today. The link is in my bio. It'll be in my comments. I'll try and post it to this live when I post it to the feed. And I'm looking at my Instagram camera and then my Facebook and YouTube on the computer. So let's see who I have joining. So if you're watching live, comment below hashtag live. And if you're watching the replay later, comment hashtag replay. So those of you that are watching live, comment hashtag live. I am talking about the power of fasting and why you need to be fasting, why everybody needs to be fasting. And what else I want to say about fasting? Oh, so I actually spoke to Dr. Alan Goldhammer, the one that I said has the fasting center. And he and someone else also suggested this, and I read this too, that water fasting is really good to kind of detox, clean your system out from all the processed foods that's in American diet, Western diets. But then once you're healthy, all of your conditions are in remission, let's say you're off medications, it's still a good idea to do a fast. Some people do a week-long fast once a year. Some people might do one day a month, something like that. It's still a good idea to fast, even once you're like, healthy and you don't have any known health conditions. But really, the spiritual benefits are just so remarkable. I just love it. I love fasting. It's like a superpower, a um, super tool that can just take your spiritual life to the next level. I mean, you probably think that you're spiritual and your prayer life is on point and everything is good, but I'm telling you, when you fast, you will notice how much your faith and trust in God will increase significantly. And I'm talking about like blind faith and trust. Like God may tell you to take a step and you don't even know if your foot will land on solid ground, but you're stepping anyway in faith. That's the kind of faith that I'm talking about that develops when you're fasting regularly. So, what questions do you all have about fasting? And I just also let me know if you can hear me okay, because like I say, I'm not using my usual setup. So I hope that you can hear me. Can y'all hear me? All right. Drop a yes in the comments on if you can hear me okay. And also let me know what questions you have about fasting. Have you been looking to fast? Are you interested in fasting? What do you think? Are you nervous, worried that that you may like pass out from not eating or something? You won't pass out. Most people have enough fat storage and even excess fat storage that fasting for 24 or 48 hours, even if you're new to fasting, should be okay. But the fast that I'm offering, the program that I'm hosting, is a Daniel fast, essentially, a 21-day Daniel fast. Whole food, plant-based, no salt, oil, or sugar. And that is because that will detox your taste buds, get rid of the addictions to the highly processed foods, clean out your system. Think of it like a detox. It'll be like a detox. And I have a regular admission and VIP. Regular is only $97 and VIP is only $197. Super cheap. The value of the program is easily $10,000 because the life-changing benefits that you will have are crazy. Like, I'm so serious. So that's basically what it is. And then on top of that, there's a water fasting component that is a part of it. But again, if that's scary to you, if that's intimidating, you can kind of go slow. But 8 hours during the day of not eating food, turning down your plate, and some people say fight the flesh to fuel the spirit. So it's basically turning down your plate for a period of time during the day, 6 to 8 hours, but I would just say 8 hours for like the goal. And it's a challenge. So it's supposed to seem challenging at first, right? But the more things seem difficult, the more it is for us to depend on God to give us the strength. And He will give you the spiritual strength to endure. And once you do a fast, you really increase your confidence in your ability to do hard things. You know, a lot of times people act like they can't do hard things. They say, oh, it's hard, as though whether something's hard is an indicator of whether you should try it. Me personally, I actually gravitate to things that are hard or difficult or challenging because I know that they strengthen my character. They increase my trust in God. So I don't shy away from anything that's hard. I'm like, if it's hard, and if God tell me to do it, we're going to do it. Right? So my confidence level and my trust in God is like so high. And I really, God basically told me to share with people about fasting because from what I see, many people don't have that level of confidence in themselves. They don't have that level of discipline and trust in God, honestly. And so fasting can help you to develop that. Hey to the new people that have joined. I see my friend Dr. Judy. I see Erin Mika on Instagram. And I'm gonna talk for 20. I have been talking for 22 minutes, y'all. Okay, so what other questions do you have about fasting? Okay, so who should not fast? If you have, and when I say not fast, who should not be doing like a water fast? Anybody can do a Daniel fast. That's gonna be good for everybody. But as far as the water fasting part, if you have low blood sugar, if you're on chemo, you have cancer, you're on chemo, if your doctor has been trying to get you to increase your protein and your calories because you've been losing weight and they can't figure out why, you probably should not be fasting. But in any case, regardless of what medical problems you have, you should discuss it with your doctor first. Okay, get the clearance from your doctor. If you have any diagnosis, take any medications, especially if you have high blood pressure and diabetes. You definitely need to check with the doctor because your blood sugar will decrease and your blood pressure will decrease when you're fasting. So that is a prerequisite before fasting. Check with your doctor. Because if you're type 2 diabetic and you're taking insulin, the insulin level will need to be adjusted, right? And I see someone ask, how long can I go on a water fast? So you do not want to do more than 24, 48 hours automatically unsupervised. Does that make sense? Yeah, not supervised. No more than 24 to 48 hours. Um, so the program that I'm hosting next week is a 21-day fast, and every day, if you can, we'll be fasting from food for 8 hours, which basically is skipping a meal a day. Like I told you, I've been doing it every day, and I just went straight into it, and I found that my hunger has significantly decreased. It's very, very strange. Like some days I cannot eat and go all day until like 4 p.m. before I feel hungry, which never used to happen before. Before I used to be like, as soon as I wake up, oh my goodness, I gotta eat breakfast, right? Feeling hungry. But now I can go at least the longest I do every day would be like 4 p.m. But I, routinely don't eat my first meal until 12 or 1. Excuse me. So, Dion, can you send me a DM? I see that you said that you're interested. If you haven't signed up already, and I can send you the link. The link is also in my bio for the P3 Fast. Guys, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. I mean, it's only $97 for regular and $197 for VIP. VIP gets a recipe book and a journal. It's amazing. I created a journal for it. Each day there are prayer themes that I specifically selected for busy professionals, people who may be busy, overwhelmed, stressed with life, people who are trying to get to that next level. And then also keeping in mind where we are right now in our country as far as the political climate. It's a bit uncertain, right? We're in an election year. There's a lot of things happening worldwide, natural disasters, there's wars here and there, gun violence. So we will be praying for our community, for our political leaders, for ourselves, for restoration of broken families, broken relationships. We'll be praying for healing, for health. If you're someone who's trying to get pregnant, you're trying to heal from a health condition. If you maybe you just got laid off and your finances are looking funny and you're trying to pray for financial deliverance, we'll be praying for all of that. And then we have an amazing community. It's not on Facebook, it's on my course platform. And if you sign up for VIP, you get the recordings, and the community is in the same portal as the recordings. It's amazing. Like there's really no reason why you should not sign up. So go to the link in the comments and sign up today. I'm closing registration on Monday. That's because I don't want no last minute debbies, and people really need time to prepare. So don't wait till Wednesday and be like, hey, Dr. Judy, can I sign up? No, sign up today. Monday would be the latest, and after that, it's like done. And no, I don't know if I'm going to offer this again. Y'all know I offer a lot of different programs. Sometimes I don't offer things again. Sometimes it's just one time. So don't be like, oh, I'll sign up next time. There may not be a next time. If you sign up, you get the workbook, which is amazing. Like, you don't want to miss that. And if you sign up for VIP, you get the journal, the recipes, plus bonus sessions with me to ask questions. So, oh, and there's also 4 live sessions, 4 weekly live sessions on Thursday. And like I say, if you sign up for VIP, you get the recording. So even if you miss the live, you can still watch it later, and you get access to the recordings for later. Did I say later? So why aren't you signed up yet? So sign up. That's basically my point. Okay. Fasting has literally changed my life. Everybody should be fasting. And next week, Thursday, we are starting a 21-day journey for Christian men and women, busy professionals who want to level up in every area of their life. I'm telling you, fasting is the key that unlocks your next level of discipline, success, spiritual clarity, mental clarity, and physical healing. Point blank. So I've been yapping on here long enough. We're at 28 minutes, so I'm gonna probably sign off in a diddly second here. But thanks for joining my live. Let me see if there's anything else I wanted to say. Um, yeah, that's basically it. So the website is plantbasedmd.com, and on there will be a link for the fast. That it's the plantbasedmd.com / P3-fast, or you can just go to my main website, theplantbasedmd.com, and sign up there. So hope to see you next week. And yeah, it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be fun. And of course, if you've attended any of my live sessions are fun, engaging, informative. It's not gonna be no boring, dry presentation. It's gonna be just completely life changing, right? We're gonna talk about next level stuff. It's not just gonna be plant-based nutrition, because I'm not really on that trip so much, super much, but it'll be healthy eating, right? Because you can have a healthy diet that does include fish, lean meats like chicken. Um, so we'll be talking about sticking to healthy habits, all of the healthy habits, sleep, exercise, nutrition. And then of course I'll be going over my framework, which I believe God gave me when I was on that medical leave. He was like, P3, plants, prayer, and peace. You need to teach people about these 3 things. Plants means eating a plant-forward diet. Prayer means dedicated time every day with God in quiet and prayer, Bible reading. And then peace refers to daily stress reduction strategies. And so I'll be teaching you my strategies that I've incorporated last year that enable me to feel completely stress-free every single day. Stress is not normal. Chronic stress is detrimental to our health and needs to be eliminated, not managed. I don't care what people say. People say reduce stress, manage stress. I disagree. I'm going to say it should be eliminated. Chronic stress. Acute stress is necessary, yes. But chronic stress increases inflammation, increases our risk for chronic diseases, and it's harmful. So why just reduce it? And I can say that I don't feel stressed. So that's basically it for today. Hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully this was informative, educational. And I will see you guys with the next slide. Will this be including the fast? Hi, I am Kia. Can you clarify what did you mean by that? I'm not sure I understand your question. Will this be including the fast? I'm not sure what that question means. All right, guys. So I can only see the comments on Instagram, not on YouTube. But do you guys have any other questions? I'm gonna save this to my feed, right? So you can go back. Okay, yes, yes. The teachings on nutrition and prayer, yes. So that'll be part of the fast. It's a 21-day fast, and there are 4 weekly live sessions. That is on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And so during those sessions, I'll be going over nutrition, prayer, spiritual, and then stress reduction. So that's the P3: plants, prayer, and peace. Live Organics, this slide is not about that topic, but you can feel free to message me and we can discuss that. This live is about fasting. So if you have any questions about fasting, I'll be happy to answer those here. I see someone just commented asking a question about something else. So that's what I was commenting on. But yeah. Alrighty, beautiful people. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that you have a ooh, my camera don't flipped it wrong. I hope that you have a lovely day. Bye. Sign up for the fast. Okay. I just ended the live stream on Instagram. Give me a moment. So I'm gonna end this now for YouTube and Facebook, but fasting is amazing. It will change your life. It will optimize your health. It'll help you to grow closer to God. You'll grow spiritually. Fast. Join the P3 fast. It starts next week, Thursday. Sign up.